Well, I mean, it's not my favorite place to go for sure. I mean, the seedings makes absolutely no sense to me. I got to tell you, from what my understanding were, it came down to 3 teams. To 2 teams were going to host, and we just missed out on the host site as a number 1 team, and which means we were number 17. And they pick a national seed as number 2, being Florida, and they send a number 17 team, which they would not do to basketball, I guarantee you. And someone said it's because of economy. Well, if that's the case, then it's not right. They made over $500,000 last year in the NCAA Tournament, and they should do it right. What's the way it should be. And, I look at it and I think it's just crazy.
Are they going to take that as you think you can't beat Florida? Or I mean,
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying they ought to do it right when they seed teams. And whoever that may be, they should seed teams the way they should be seeded. Not by geographical type thing, but by who they rate as the best teams. And we were ranked in the top 17 or top 16. Our RPI was in the top 16. We've been in a lot of year protected in. We played good late, which is something they look at. I thought we had an excellent chance of hosting. Coming in here for being a top 16 team. So of course I'd rather be at home, just like everybody else would rather be at home too. So I don't like the way it was set up.
If you were on the road, if you had to be on the road, you're saying, Jimmy, it'd be preferable to be somewhere else where maybe it's not a national team?
It was preferable to be at home. We missed it by, evidently from what I understand, we missed it, but it came down between 3 teams and 2 of them were going to host, and I thought we had a great chance to host, and I'm very disappointed we're not hosting, and that's the number 1 thing. I'd like to be at home, just like every other team would like to be at home when it comes to these situations.
Do you know who the other 2 teams were?
No, I have no idea who they are. I just heard it was due to that and maybe financial considerations, and if it's due to financial considerations, then that's not right either. That's not the way it should be dealt with as big as the NCAA is, and they should look in the mirror and understand that.
What about Florida? You guys, I would think, would have a lot of motivation playing them.
You don't have motivation playing anybody, at this time of year. So I don't look at that as a motivation thing. I look at it as you've got to be ready to play anybody you're playing at this particular time of year.
Can you talk about them a little, Jim? You have had
About
struggles.
as much as you can. I was at home with you. We played them. So last time we were up there.
Right.
I mean, I know they got an outstanding club. It's got really good pitching. I mean, they're a very good club. I know that. So I wasn't there when we
Last
played
year,
them.
though, finishing with them,
Last year's, so I ain't worried about last year.
What about Jacksonville? How much do you know about that?
We ain't played those teams, so I don't know. Jacksonville's not on TV very much. Right now, my coaches are upstairs trying to do scouting reports. Exactly.
Same thing with Manhattan, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coach, pitching rotation, you going to use the same rotation?
I doubt it, but I don't know what it's going to be right now. Again, based on scouting reports, you're playing, 3 or 4 games, and you got to look at match up and see who you match up best against.
How do you feel like you're playing right now, Jim, coming off the ACC tournament?
I mean, I thought we were playing good. We won 2 or 3. We lost a close game that we could have won. And if we'd have done 2 or 3 things right, one, getting a base hit where the base is loaded, we'd have won a game. And they're the number 1 seed in the country. And we actually outscored them in the 4 games we played them. But we lost 3 out of 4. We scored 6-2 the first game against the pitcher of the year. So I thought we were playing pretty good. We could have won those games, and there's some other games we could have won. But you got to win the games you could have won, or should have won, or want to win, whatever.
I think you're matched up against the Georgia Tech. Any comment on their regional?
Not really. I mean, no matter where your regional's at, I mean, you're going to be matched up against a good regional. No question about that. The top 8 seeds should have the advantage. They should have the advantage. From the standpoint that University of Virginia should be playing number 64. And Florida should have in their region 63. It's done the way it should be done, and based on your merit of what you did during the year.
Jim, your pitching staff was kind of an unknown at the beginning of the year, and people thought because they were maybe inexperienced or young, they wouldn't be as good. It turned out to be a very good staff. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I mean, pitching was a big reason we had the season we had, no question. I mean, all of our starters pitched good. We stayed with the same 4 starters all year. Our question at this point is which one of the 4 stars do we need to use to win against whatever team it may be.
I know Eric Whaley has a great ERA, had a really good year. He didn't get a lot of run support. Any rhyme or reason for that? Or?
No, there's not any for any pitcher. You know, whether whoever they were. I've had pitchers, Kevin Brown, that notoriously they never scored runs for him, whether it was in college or in Major League Baseball. But he pitched great, and so you know he had some games they did score for him. There's not any rhyme or reason on that situation.
Zeke DeVos, Jim, it just seems like he's really just been killing, especially lately. Could you just talk about his season in general?
Well, he was our MVP, voted on by our team, and he had an outstanding year, particularly in the ACC tournament where he went 8 for 10, and his slugging percentage was 900, his batting average was 800. He's also selected by our team as a captain, so he's a guy that works hard, plays hard, and has been very productive.
Just he played the outfield this year, then moved to second base, even though he hadn't played there since his high school days.
He played half the time in fall practice, half the time in preseason period for fall and spring at second base, so it wasn't like something I didn't expect him to be prepared to do. He's done a good job of saying in high school he was an infielder, not an outfielder. In summer baseball, he was an outfielder, so he's done a little bit of both.
And just as a table setter for your offense?
Well, you can't ask any more than what he did, in particular for the ACC tournament. To get on base 8 out of 10 times and steal bases and get in scoring position and make things happen. And that's his role as a player.
What will your message to your club be when you have a team meeting here coming up?
Thinking right now. We worked all year for the NCAA tournament. We got to have 2 good practices before we leave town, and we got to do everything we can to prepare our guys to play against the teams. Number 1 team we got to worry about right now is Jacksonville, and it's got to report in, figuring out how to beat them.
Brzezinski, a true freshman, I guess, and he had a real good year. Can you talk a little bit about what he added to the team?
Well, I mean, he pitched on Friday night most of the year and had most of our wins, or the winningest pitcher on our team, but he wasn't voted the most outstanding pitcher. Whaley was by the team, so he's very good. He's from Florida Christian right here in Miami. He's tested in high school for pitching in the state and doing everything you got to do to be a great pitcher. So he's won a lot of games, and he's going to win a lot more games.
The other thing is Harold Martinez. I know last year was at the end of the year. He had the problem with his leg and stuff. I mean, he's maybe this will be an important series for him, and he'll be really up for this.
I mean, he was up for it last year. He just hurt.
Right.
When we went to the Super Regionals, but he's healthy now, and basically, most of our guys. I mean, our lineup we play with in the ACC tournament the last 10 or 15 games, the same lineup pretty much we're playing with, except Elias now has got more of a role in the hitting fifth. And he's our returning leading hitter from last year, and was hurt the first half to 2/3 of the season, so getting him back in is giving us a good lift.
Bill Suso's out, right?
Yes.
He's not going to be back.
Just curious, when you missed that series up in Gainesville, how did you stay? Were you on the phone all the time with JD, or how did you stay on top of?
I mean, I was on the phone before and after the game, never during the game. Just the first 2 games were not on TV. The last game was on TV, so I watched the Sunday game on TV and watched that. So, they were playing really well early. Florida started out really, really hot, so they played good against us. And, they normally do play really, to be honest with you, they really do play good against us, in particular early. Mm-hmm. They always have. In February, they've always played good against us.
Is it a tough place to play as far as the atmosphere?
It's tough. It's not any tougher than some of the other places we play atmosphere. We play some good atmospheres, but they're very good. And that's the bottom line. But they've got a good atmosphere.
Corey Jensen, coach, you like the way he's filled in for an injury? I mean, he's someone who wasn't getting much reps.
Yeah, I mean, we were redshirting him before the injury, so he's done a really good job, and he's caught well.
You plan to split in like righties and lefties with Shane, or is Shane going to be
right now it's kind of my tentative plan.
The righty-lefty matchup?
Yeah. And I have a little bit more offense, but But he did a good job with the tournament.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. Best of luck.
Thanks.